and today we are going to talk about one of the most important subjects in literature, that is Drama 2, Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare. The very first question that I would like to ask you, that what is this drama about?
So this drama is about the Julius Caesar, who is the Roman emperor, and when he was assassinated by his loyal friend only, and that's.
It is a melodramatic, play. It's a completely conspiracy. Julius Caesar is a melodrama, political melodrama, in which Caesar was assassinated by his friends, his own friends, due to jealousy and hatred. And the fact that the conspiracy was planned and plotted by his loyal friends. And Brutus, one of his most loyal friends, this is Brutus, joined the conspiracy, and it was he who really led the entire conspiracy to success, though it was plotted by Cassius. The whole play is, revolving around one central idea, that the conspirators' sole aim was to get rid of this powerful man, Julius Caesar, whose growth and popularity was so widespread in Rome that they were in fear that a time will come that he will become a dictator. And this is the reason why they made a conspiracy. Cassius plotted the conspiracy, and Casca, Decius Brutus, Marcus Brutus, and all other, conspirators. Mark Antony was not there. He was not involved in conspiracy. All of them, except Mark Antony, joined the conspiracy to assassinate Caesar. But the fact is that, then you will ask question, sir, why has Caesar been murdered? Only it was fear or jealousy, or was it something else? There were three important reasons why Caesar was assassinated by a handful of conspirators. One reason was that he was little arrogant. You know the meaning of arrogance? What do you mean by arrogant?
That means kind of what?
A person who doesn't, listen to anybody's request.
Not kind,
and
rude.
A person who doesn't listen to other requests, and he goes on, speaking about himself and using his own thoughts and ideas without considering anybody's ideas and thoughts. Actually, many a time, what happened, that he was just, asked to consider the, cases like Publius Cimber, the brother of Publius Cimber, was banished from the, country. So they were pleading that his banishment order should be revoked, but he was well determined that he will not do that. So his arrogance in not, listening to his friends also became one of the reasons, understand, in the conspiracy. Then,
What was the second reason?
the second reason was that he was little bit ambitious. Though he turned down the, proposal of getting crowned thrice at Lupercal, yet he was ambitious because the way he was looking at, the Roman's empire, that he was trying to become the most powerful emperor and discarding all the other reasons. And third reason was that the conspirators thought that if Caesar would be alive, then he would become a dictator. He would become a
Dictator.
and then they will have no hands in the parliament of Rome. This was also one of the reasons. And they were also in favor of democratic values, which Caesar, didn't allow. He said that he will rule the country in his own way. Now, you should read out some of the important lines from here. What Caesar said and how did, Calpurnia, responded. Read out.
Caesar, nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, Help, oh, they murder Caesar. Who's within? Enter a servant. Servant, my lord. Caesar.
What is the meaning of those three lines?
So means and Caesar entered
The house.
and
He expressed his anxieties because his wife Calpurnia had cried in dream how many times? Three times. So
That,
because she had seen some horrible sight in dream. She had seen that Caesar's statue was spouting blood in many pipes like a fountain, and some proud Romans were coming and bathing their hands in it. So this was an indication that something unpleasant will happen in the life of Caesar. And that's what he said. He remarked, saying that his wife Calpurnia had cried in dream thrice. And this clearly suggests that neither earth nor heaven is at peace that night. Go ahead.
Caesar, go bid the priest do present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success. Servant, I will, my lord. Enter Calpurnia.
Yeah, Caesar asked the servant to go to the church and make some prayer and sacrifices just for peace in the house. He believes that by making certain sacrifices, by praying to God, there will be peace in the house. So he asked the servant to go to the church and do certain, meditation and prayer. Yeah.
Calpurnia, what mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Calpurnia asked Caesar not to go out of the house, keeping in mind the fear of horrible dream. She said that Caesar will not go out of the house because of the portent, because of the fear due to her horrible dream that she had seen previous night. The dream was quite horrible, and it was an evil portent, and it suggested that there was a risk of Caesar's life, there was a danger to Caesar's life, and therefore she asked Caesar not to go out. Yes.
Caesar shall forth the things that threatened me.
Yes.
Never look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
What does it mean?
Sir, means Caesar told that the things that that things that threatened him will never see him back, and
No. It is like that. Caesar says that the things which have been threatening to Calpurnia and Caesar might not have seen Caesar's face. The moment they will see Caesar's face, they will vanish, they will disappear. This shows Caesar's overconfidence. What does this show? Tell me.
It shows
Caesar's overconfidence. Caesar shows his overconfidence by saying that the moment these, threatening things will see his face, they might have seen his back, but the moment they will see his face, they will disappear. They will disappear.
Calpurnia, Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me.
What do you mean by ceremonies here?
It means events.
No, ceremony means superstitions. Those ideas which are blind, they are not having any logical thinking. So she is saying that she had never believed in superstitions and portents and inauspicious thoughts and ideas, but for the first time she is frightened due to the horrible dream she had seen, and therefore she is requesting Caesar not to go out. Not to
Go out.
Yeah, carry on.
Yet now they fright me. There is one within. Besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch.
What do you mean by horrid?
Means horrible.
Horrible, fearful, frightening. Yes.
A lioness hath whelped in the streets.
What does it mean?
A lioness hath.
A lioness has given birth to a cub in the open street, which is quite unusual. A lioness has given birth to a cub in the open street, which is quite unusual. Second thing?
And graves have yawned and yielded up their dead.
Yeah, graves have come out, graves have been opened, and the dead are coming out, and they are crying for their burial. That is unusual happening. How could graves be opened out, and how could the dead be alive? These are something unusual.
Fiercely fairy warriors fought upon the clouds.
Yeah, the fearful and fierce battle is being fought among the clouds, among the warriors of war, and the people who have been killed in the war, their blood is drizzling upon the capital in the form of rain. In the form of
Rain.
These are all unusual happenings, and these also suggest that these are all unusual happenings. These are all the things told by the watchman,
Watchman.
So these are also very horrible,
Horrible.
and they count some inauspicious happening, and that is why Calpurnia asks Caesar not to go. Not to
Go.
Yes.
In ranks and squadrons and right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol.
Yeah, the people who have been killed in war, their blood is drizzling upon the capital in the form of rain. Because the war is being fought among the clouds, and the blood is drizzling upon the capital. Yeah.
The noise of battle hurtled in the air.
The noises of the battle being fought among the clouds is being heard in the air.
Air.
So what are the three important things that the watchman had told Calpurnia other than her dream? One, a lioness has given birth to a cub in the open street. Two, the graves have been opened out and the dead are crying for the third.
The third is the warriors are fighting.
The brave warriors have been fighting among the clouds, and their blood is coming out when those who are being killed in the war, Their blood is drizzling upon the captain in the form of rain. Yeah.
And ghosts did shriek and scream
Yeah,
on the
and
streets.
ghosts are cursing all throughout and shrieking all throughout the streets of Rome. These are all unusual happenings and they are evil portrayed, suggesting that something unpleasant is going to happen in the life of Caesar. Yeah.
O Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
Who is this I here? Calpurnia. So these are the substantial reason for Calpurnia's fear. These are the substantial reason for this Calpurnia's fear. Yes.
Caesar, what can be avoided? Whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth for these predictions.
What does it mean? Explain.
So Caesar told that what can be avoided? Sir, what things can be avoided by me and
No. Things which have already been proposed, fixed by God, cannot be avoided. Caesar means to say that the events of some happening in his life, like death, cannot be avoided. If Caesar has to die, can Caesar escape death? No, because life and death is decided by God. It is God who has proposed when a person will be born and when a person will die. So the thing that have been proposed by God cannot be avoided. Caesar said, how can we avoid death, which is inevitable? Death is inevitable. In the language of Julius Caesar, death cannot be stopped or avoided. If death has to come to Caesar, it will come. So how can a human being avoid death? If it will come at the time. So therefore Caesar believes that, he is a logical thinker. He thinks that if Caesar has to die, he will die, whether he is inside the house or outside the house. So how can a human being avoid death? Because death is inevitable, it is imminent, it is sure to happen, and therefore death cannot be avoided. Caesar is logical in giving response to Calpurnia's plea. He said that, my dear, how can a human being avoid death? It is something decided by God. God has proposed death. So the thing which is happening has already been decided by God, cannot be avoided. Cannot be avoided. The event which is already proposed by God cannot be avoided. Cannot be avoided. So how can a human being avoid death which is happening has already been decided by God? Decided by God. He's logical, quite logical.
Are to the world in general as to Caesar. Calpurnia, when beggars die, there are no comments seen. The heavens themselves blaze for the death of princes.
A question comes in board exam. How does heaven blaze for the death of Caesar? When there was, thunder in the air, when there was, a comet being plucked from the heaven and made to fall on the earth, this one is an indication that even heaven was not happy with the, death of a prince. How she is saying that Caesar said that as Caesar will die, as human being, any ordinary human being dies. Caesar is not an exception. Caesar said, he was right, that if death has to come, it will come to an ordinary man and to the Caesar also, because Caesar is not an exception. Then in reply to his question, Calpurnia says, no, my dear, you are not an ordinary, beggars means ordinary people. That when ordinary people die, no comet is being plucked from the heaven and the heaven doesn't, blaze forth any anger. But when a prince dies, even a comet is plucked from the heaven and made to fall on the earth. This is the blazing of the heaven, that even the heaven is not happy when the prince dies. You are not an ordinary human being. She said, Caesar, you said that you are just like ordinary people. No, it is not true. When an ordinary people dies, nothing happens in the heaven. But when a prince dies, heaven blesses for the death of Caesar, death of Caesar, or any person. So the question always comes, how does heaven bless for the, there was an indication, there was thunder in the air, there were horrible dreams, unusual happenings like graves being dug out. These all unusual happenings are evil portraits, and which were indication that even heaven was not happy with what was going to happen. What was going to happen? So it blesses for the death of Caesar.
Caesar, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Oh, all of the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to be most strange that men should fear.
Yeah, Caesar again responds to Calpurnia's plea, said that those people who are not brave, coward means those who are not brave, they die 1,000 times before their death. How? They live in disgrace, they live in fear. Those people who are not brave, they die almost every day. But those who are brave, they die only once. They die either in the battlefield or in the natural death. So Caesar is not a coward. He's a brave man. This shows his overconfidence. Caesar's overconfidence. He said that I am not coward. I am a brave person. So if I die, I will die only once. But those people who are not brave, they die in almost every moment because they live in fear and disgrace. Okay? Let us summarize. Yes, please. Okay? Okay. Fine. Just one.